Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters as for protection and the permission to participate today in the divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Taka amagara ni kamsumarimasu.
Kamurogi kamuro mino mikoto moshite sumemi oya kamuizanagi no mikoto tsukushi no imo odono ahagi haragi misogi harai kamo toki ni narimaseru harai dono kamikachi moro moro no magagoto tsumi kegare o harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kuni tsukami yao yorozu no kami tachi tomo ni ame no fuchikoma no mimi furitatete kikoshine seto kashikomi momaozu Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Kanagara tamashi haemase Kanagara tamashi haemase Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we lead your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive prayer.
May God and Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Gratitude. Humble as it is, my little home has changed to a happy paradise due to God's grace. How grateful I am. My home has become a little paradise in this world, since we were blessed with God's divine light. My past easily likened to a life in hell, faded like a bad dream. I am now walking on heaven's path. Each thought and deed creates a radiation that is either positive or negative, so the width and brilliance of the aura is proportionate to the amount of positive or negative traits in the individual. When a person's thoughts and deeds are constructive, the inner being is at peace, and in these happy states emanates a greater light. When someone does something to help another, that person's gratitude forms light, which is transmitted to the helpful one through the spiritual cord. This increases both the width and the intensity of the letter's aura. I wish to remind those who are giving Johrei that the wider their auras are, the better the results will be because the divine light then flows more freely. Also, since this is a two-way principle, the more people they help through Johrei, the wider and more radiant their auras become. This is due partly to giving the service and partly to the gratitude received from those who have benefited through it.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters morning service. Thank you also for directing your prayers along with us for world peace. This morning, I want to share with you the faith experience of Vera Eiko. She's from the Biritiba Mirim Johrei Center in São Paulo. Vera Eiko has been a Johrei member for 31 years and currently serves as a lay leader at her Johrei Center, where she also is in charge of liturgy affairs. In August of 2019, she lent a sum of money to a friend who was unable to pay her back on the agreed upon date. Since Vera paid for her month's expenses, she faced a troubling financial purification. She was forced to cut several expenses and stop doing things that she liked. Yet she never stopped dedicating or materializing her monthly donation of gratitude. In October of 2020, Vera experienced intense pain in her left knee, which became swollen and compromised her movements. She sought guidance from her minister and reflected on what Meishu-sama was seeking to reveal to her through both her health-related purifications. Vera turned her problems over to God, understanding that they were serving as a deep cleansing and purifying process. During this period, she continued to practice channeling and receiving Johrei, study Meishu-sama's divine writings, and fulfill the myriad of dedications assigned to her. Further, she emotionally let go of any attachment or resentment due to the money that was owed to her, and decided not to take any medications for her knee pain. Interesting. During the last week of October 2020 at the Guarapiranga Sacred Grounds, Vera was assigned to cleaning trash cans. While dedicating, she was strongly reminded of her father, who prior to his passing had difficulty getting around and needed to walk with a cane. It dawned upon Vera that she was purifying spiritual clouds inherited from her ancestors. She prayed for the opportunity to save her ancestors and asked God that her father be granted permission to become useful in the spiritual realm and find true happiness. By February of 2021, having continuously offered sincere service and engaging regularly in our various practices of faith, Vera no longer felt physical pain and was once able to manage her day-to-day activities without discomfort. During the same period, she was able to find financial stability and bring all of her financial matters to balance. In July of 2021, unexpectedly, she received payment of the funds in the amount that she had once lent. Vera was very happy to hear that her friend was doing well, and she was moved to offer a special donation of gratitude, along with making sincere prayers oriented to have him and his ancestors bathed in God's light. Vera concluded that when we trust God, release our worries into His hands, and strive to serve in the divine plan, our problems become resolved in the most perfect order. She's deeply thankful to God and Meishu-sama for the great permission she was granted to live this challenging experience and to have gained greater conviction in the power of our practice of faith. Thank you very much for attending this morning service, for listening to this faith experience. I wish you a very great weekend. Thank you very much.
This brings to a conclusion our morning. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed day.